the next in our series of Pathfinder Society.
So yeah, just start us off right now. There's no questions or anything for this week since, one shot. You have been called to the Grand Lodge of Absalom for a briefing. Seated in a small chamber around a darkwood table, various trophies gathered from across the face of Galarian hang from the walls. A monkey-shaped mask with a serpent's tongue glares out from the center of one wall. A strange halberd with gold rings piercing its thick blade and dragons carved along its haft hangs opposite the monkey's mask. You are alone here, save for your fellow Pathfinders, who apparently have been called here for the same purpose. If you would like to take the time to describe all your characters in this room.
Yeah, sure. Faldrick is he is an Inquisitor, that is his class, but last time he did not disclose that information to you. He said that he was just a thief. And he more or less looks the part. He's a halfling, maybe more ranger-ish. He's wearing more greens. He's got a brown cloak that covers some leather armor. And yeah, you guys saw last time he fights with a battle aspergillum. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. The mace what throws holy water on your enemy. So might be some questions around that, but that's Faldrick.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and go down the list. Cope, would you like to introduce Gazim and what he appears to the party?
Gazim, yes, he's a large, strapping man, and if you look closely, you realize he's got some pointy teeth as he has orc and blood in his past. Carries a giant sword that he is very proud of, and he is quick to, if you show interest, share tales of his bravery.
Good on. The resident veteran, Alex, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Is a dashing human, and it is now a breastplate and overcoat bearing the sigils of Andoria, or Andran, or however it's pronounced. How cold actually is it? Would I need that cold weather gear for?
At the point right now, it's actually just a pleasant summertime.
Okay.
Like where you are and everything.
Then yeah, he's just wearing kind of his squire's outfits. Nice, decent cut military uniform under the breastplate and the tabard.
Gotcha. What about for Tekvani? Another new addition to the party.
He looks not too dissimilar from like a alchemical trader. He has a bunch of pouches adorning his waist and a bandolier across his chest that has various vials and concoctions. Across his back is a rather intricate-looking, distinctly elven spear that goes along with his overall appearance. The long pointed ears, the long flowing hair. On him, you may see various subtle scars from alchemical pursuits, some minor acid burns, stuff like that. But beyond that, he seems just somewhat gregarious, even though a little bit eccentric, so to speak. So almost like fey around the edges, as it were, just a little off.
You're all in this chamber, waiting for your briefing to begin. Probably at least doing some kind of occasional small talk between the lot of you, especially considering since it's literally a pair of factions that are working on this job. You probably had at least some communication with each other, at least a little bit. I think the actual factions, if we organize it here, would be like this. And Alex and Faldrick have been doing a mission together before.
Yeah, Faldrick would probably, as we're looking over our mission notes, just comment, this one might be a little bit harder than hanging up some posters.
Wait, that was
Yeah.
That was an assignment you were given?
Ah, don't worry about it. That's old news. How many missions we been on since then?
I'd imagine their sponsors or legions have their own agenda as well. Thus far, it hasn't conflicted on any of these. But yeah, this will probably be a little bit harder than hanging those flyers the last time.
It's around this time a huge man wearing creaking leather marches into the room. He looks at each of you as if he was appraising a handful of gemstones freshly pulled from the earth and nods curtly. Some of you know him as Adriel Hemstrom, a longtime Pathfinder and rumored to be the unwitting architect of the famed Katapesh slave riot of 1702. Adriel's physique puts most half-orcs to shame. He greets you all as he walks in. He's like, "Welcome, friends. We have a serious problem. My friend known as Skelg the Ripper came to Absalom about a month ago. Like many Ulfin warriors, he joined the Long Axes, the Taldan Emperor's personal guard, whose duty it is to protect the embassy and Taldan visitors. Skelg also dropped off a hefty sum of gold to purchase a manor in the Ivory District, something the Long Axe isn't paid well enough to do. It is widely assumed that he brought most of his wealth with him from the north, a rumor I know to be true." And he takes kind of a deep breath and continues. "It seems that Skelg has also brought a curse with him. In his letter to me, he speaks of lying abed in this miserable summer, dying from the cold. Neither physician nor priest has been able to cure his ailment, and there are no signs of disease or poison. Of course, for such a man, there is no greater dishonor to die in bed instead of in battle. Normally, the Pathfinder Society would not monitor these events and let authorities deal with them. However, there are three factors that have drawn our interest. Firstly, Skelg is himself a member of our society and has asked for our help. Second, he is a personal friend of mine, and finding a sparring partner as worthy as Skelg to replace him would be a trying task. Lastly, he claims that artifacts of great power are involved, and that we may be able to recover them for the vaults of the Grand Lodge. We view this situation as having enough importance to assign you to investigate it. So I encourage you all to go to the home of Skelg the Ripper, learn what you can, and do your best to help him. If you find an item that is somehow connected to the curse, either retrieve it or glean as much information as you can about it. I trust there are no questions," as he kind of looks you over.
Do we know when this affliction first appeared?
From the letter I got, it doesn't say when. I imagine it's been in the last couple months since the last time I saw him. He seemed in good health. He says he's tried everything, but if you want to know more than that, you'd have to ask him.
Yes, I'd like to speak to you about a private matter in a moment that might be pertinent to our mission.
He kind of rolls his eyes. Very well. Are there any other public questions I can answer?
None at this time. No.
So he would give you basically the destination address and everything, and then get a sidebar going on with Faldrick.
Yeah, so when everyone else sort of files out, he'll say, what was it? This guy did some slave revolt?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it called?
The Katapesh slave riot.
Yeah, and I would bring that up and I would say, I understand you are the architect of the Katapesh slave riot of 17 whenever it was.
Yeah. When he says it, he's just like, yes, that is what they say. And he just kind of eyes you quizzically.
Well, I must wonder if Skelg is his name?
Yeah.
If Skelg is a personal friend of yours, I have it on good authority that let me see, I'm looking at this handout again. I would basically say that I have a mission to convince Skelg to embrace the principles of freedom and give up on Taldan slavery, which if I'm correct. Right.
They're known for slavers, and think of like how Vikings were, but like when they started getting like kingdom building kind of things going on rather than just feudal tribes.
Yeah, and I would say as someone who is clearly morally aligned with me in this regard, I would like any advice you can give on dealing with Skelg in this matter.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a diplomacy on that. 16. He kind of rubs his chin a little bit. Kind of like he's like thinking, kind of doing that thing where he like pulls out something, like licks like his like fangs from his like half orc carriages while he thinks. He's like, normally I do not get inside of your faction politics like you younger Pathfinders love to do. But you bring up a fair point. I do not know what could drive him to embrace freedom, but I do know he is a man of honor, a man of combat, and he has a love of women. If you can use any of those into your advantage, you could probably find a way to convince him.
And then he would tip his hat and say, "Much appreciated."
Yeah. Even though your character's clearly older than him, as you leave, you just hear him muttering like, "Youngins, I swear." But yeah, when you all are dispatched, the address to the Grey Dog Manor is given to you. It's right here in the Absalom city. Just a little bit over on to how I think they called it the Elf District or something. Ivy District. Down over there in a street named Parkview Street is where you can find his manor. So if you wish to do anything beforehand, you can. Otherwise, we could jump to the scene where you're arriving near there.
I would
a step ahead. Oh, good.
Basically casually bring up those attributes about Skeld to Alex, but nothing else.
Well, they're good angles to work. As to the matter at hand, it seems like some sort of wizard or cleric would be better suited than a bunch of fighters. Looking over at Tekvani, what skills do you have with the arcane?
Alchemical and some healing knowledge. Not the worst, probably the most qualified here, but not sure if this would fall under any sort of expertise of mine.
Well, let's see what we can do.
You all travel down to Parkview Street, and true to its name, it runs the entire length of the Ivy District's park. Grey Dog Manor is easy to find. It stands almost like a tomb in a flower garden. 6-foot-high walls surround the massive stone building, and an immense iron gate flanked by granite statues of hunting dogs stand open, offering access to the interior. Looking along the street, it is clear that the locals give the estate a wide berth. The stone walls seem to give off a slight chill into the air, which is not entirely unpleasant on such a hot day. As just without any perception roll needed, the manor itself, you can see, is 2 stories tall, with a not like vastly high decorated courtyard, but definitely there's some like shrubbage that have been shaped kind of situation. Seems like someone's attempt at appearing like rich and important.
You said we feel the coolness of the area.
Yes.
It's uncharacteristic. Does anything pop up on detect magic?
You do get the faint scent of like some kind of magic in the air, but it's nothing to detect per se. It's just like if you do detect magic, I picture it as like you've seen like the colors of magic in the air around objects.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do that, the general vicinity has like tiny little specks of it floating around, but nothing tangible.
Okay, kind of like background radiation
Yeah.
sort of thing. Okay. Well, seems like the place. It fits the atmosphere, as it were.
Mhm. You're basically invited, right? So
Yeah.
I guess might as well knock on whatever functions as a door or gate.
There is a gate in the front that's to the courtyard that does seem to be open if you wish to proceed in there, but there's no one at the outside gates watching the doors or anything.
Let's head on in.
As you step into the gate, the courtyard itself is cool and shady compared to the streets outside. You see dead leaves scattered across the flagstone and granite steps. You see two Ulfin warriors standing. Each wears a chain shirt and a surcoat bearing the Taldan crests, carrying what it looks like a traditional Imperial long axe. You see one of the guards kind of look at you sternly. The other one's speaking. Skelg is ill. He wants no visitors.
We were sent by the Pathfinder Society because he is ill and very literally sought us, or members of the faction.
I don't know what you heard, but Skelg's decided he wants to try to die in peace rather than fight meaninglessly.
What did they say he was dying of?
Some kind of curse.
A curse?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get this straight. Someone named Skelg the Ripper wants to die peacefully in bed rather than fight.
Can
Does seem
I
to go against their culture, doesn't it?
roll some kind of knowledge to understand what this curse is doing to him? Were we fully informed about that?
So you can make me either a knowledge for this situation. You could either do a perception, you could do a knowledge nobility, or a knowledge local.
Perception, nobility, or local. Okay, perception it is.
So Faldrick, with that perception, as you're like trying to figure out like what's going on with the disease, that you can kind of get your way in, you notice something very weird. Their surcoats are on backwards. Like the Taldan symbol that's supposed to be on the front of the surcoat is on the back, and the back is on the front.
Okay, let me see. Do
Like,
I have any?
Do you remember what a surcoat is?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. These
Yeah.
guys might be imposters. But I want to... I can't really point that out to anyone without them noticing. So...
You always point them out with them noticing.
yeah. I guess I would just point it out then.
You see one of the guards look down. It's like, it was a rough morning.
For the both of you?
He's my husband, but it was a rough morning. The other guy just looks at him kind of sideways, turns back to you and shrugs.
Kiss.
Can we do a sense motive?
Yeah, you can do a sense motive. And Tech Bonnie just asks you to kiss.
Well, it's our duty to at least confirm with the man himself.
And you just, as you hear the one guy sigh, he kind of wave, like it looks like he's waving you forward. The four of you hear the gate behind you shut as there was another guard hiding in the bush near the gate. You just had to keep pushing.
Yeah,
You weren't exactly
that's
selling
job
it that
description.
Draw a sword.
Yeah.
Oh, we're fighting? Oh, okay, we're fighting.
Yeah. Tech Valley would have drew his spear.
As you're all drawing arms, you just hear the other Ulfin warriors like, "Can I mention how weird it is that you said we were lovers when we're cousins?"
Oh wow, you just really kicked up a notch, didn't you?
I'll talk to him after we finish you off. He just draws his axe as well. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Coat, by the way, do you mind changing your name to your character name so I don't get confused?
Sure. Where do we do that?
If you go to the cog on the top right, and just change your display name.
Oh, still my old self.
Yes. I don't think I think I get an animal companion at some point in this build, but not a level 2.
Yeah.
I remember last time all these spells and stuff I had for animal companions were really good because you're traveling with camels.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I remember how you were able to like own the entire like fight at one point just by just dealing with camels.
Careful with this bit.
I
Okay,
guess music.
Baldric, you're up first. What was
Okay.
that, Michael?
I said I like this music.
Oh, yeah, I guess I can't remember where I got it.
Okay, looks like we're fighting. One more look at this sheet. What the hell does judgment do? Okay, a couple things, but I don't want to do it right now. I guess for right now, I'm just going to go in and start fighting. Or it might be out of my range, actually. I've got a movement speed of
20, I believe, or 25.
20. I forget what it is for Pathfinder.
You're a halfling, right?
Yeah, I'm a halfling.
Doesn't that say on the bottom of your sheet on the front? Usually there's a speed at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, also in my armor, so I only move 15.
Okay. Yeah, because they have a base speed of 20, and then, yeah, with armor.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to move up 15, pull out my holy sling. As, of course, Eristil's holy weapon is a longbow, but for halflings, it is the sling.
Oh, yeah, that definitely hits. Just throw this rock at this guy's forehead, leaving a massive welt.
Yep. And that's my turn.
Gotcha. So the warriors, one's going to be on Faldric, one on Alex, and the other one's going to be on Gazim. So I'm just going to roll 3 attacks, going from Faldric first. 16 to hit you.
That's a miss.
Next one will be against Alex. Will miss. And last one against Gazim, which will also miss. And yeah, that's it. That's all they can do. Gazim.
Gazim will swing his greatsword, power attacking.
Is that a calculated power attack?
Yeah.
I would hope so with that damage. Jesus.
Good lord.
So
+3 damage for power attack, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
The two-handed
'cause you're-
weapon.
with two-handed weapon. So yeah, he goes to like try to stab or slash against Gazim's back. And Gazim, you just turn around and just behead this guy in a single swing.
Is that doesn't look right? Why is he getting an extra 6 in there?
2d6 plus 6. Oh,
Oh,
'cause 1.5
two-handed weapon
strength
damage.
is a 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his 4 strength becomes 6. Okay.
Yeah. Barbarians, man, you haven't even raged yet where you get +2 to that.
Yeah.
All that's left are the kissing cousins of Alabama Salam.
Absalom.
Pamslot.
I assume you're staying there, or are you moving, Gazim? Cool.
Oh, you know what? After I did that, I guess I'd have a move, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe you're wearing hide armor, so I think it might reduce your movement speed a little bit.
What makes you better at stealth?
Haha. Yeah, it reduces your movement speed by 5.
Okay.
Doesn't Barbarian get a 10 speed increase, or is
Yep.
that not
So
yet?
he's got 40 speed, so that'd be
So
35 to get right
Yeah.
there.
Gotcha. Right in time for Alex to come slice the other one's head off.
We need
Yep.
at least one of them to spill the beans. They're obviously not the real gods. So I'll try to subdual this one. So I guess with flanking, it's a -2 to whatever I roll.
Still hits, and yeah, he's hurt, but you just hit him with the pommel of the blade, and he's still up, but he's winded already. Tekfani.
He'll try to finish the job non-lethally. Would he have flanking from where he's currently at? I
Yeah.
got a reach weapon, so
Oh
okay.
yeah, that's no problem then.
That's not gonna cut
Nope. Yeah, he's able to move out of the way of that just in time.
it. Okay. I'll shift there with my move.
Gotcha. Baldric.
I will drop my sling and then draw out my mace and hit him with it.
Hit him with it. That definitely hits him with it.
Say, don't get that close.
He's still going up, but it is now. Are you moving, or are you going to try to stay there?
I'm going to stay there.
Okay. This one's going to turn on Gazim after he saw what he did to his buddy. Battle Axe. 20, I think, will hit.
Yep.
So he'll take 5 points of damage. And then the other one's going to swing at Faldric and miss. Back to Gazim.
All right. Swing again. +2 to flanking on this, so 21.
You cut his head off too.
Jesus.
So much for non-lethal.
Good build. Oh, yeah. Kazim doesn't even notice y'all were doing that. He
Alex.
will run over here.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, if you value your life, you should stand down.
He doesn't show signs of standing down. Orphan society, you know that.
Mm-hmm. And our friend here seems incapable of holding back. But I will try to swing on this one and miss.
You do better to convince him to shave his beard.
He's got to avenge his cousin lover.
He just screams like, "Oh my god, it was a ploy!"
Oh, it's gonna spread and non-lethal attack. So, but if flanking, so 14.
No, -2. 14. 14 I'll miss, unfortunately.
Okay.
Faldric.
All right, just hitting him again with the mace.
That also hits him. It's not enough to bring him down, but he's still wounded.
Do we need to do this a third time?
He is going to be more concerned about Gazim than any of the rest of you. And swing on him and miss terribly.
I'll tap your ankle again.
Let me guess, Gazim. Head off time?
Kazim points his sword at him and points down and goes at the other heads and goes 1 head, 2 head, 3 head, floor. It's going to give a intimidate. And say
25.
this is your last chance.
Let's see.
At the very least, it should leave him shaken.
Yeah, it'll leave him shaking for sure. Yeah, he's just gonna fight you.
All right. I think that's
He's
my
basically
action.
-2 to all his rolls. Yeah, it's an action.
Yep. I don't have any special ability to do it as a move.
Nope. I was tempted to give you intimidating rage powers, but decided not to. Alex.
Well, I'm continuing my probably futile quest to take one of these fuckers alive, so And miss, yes, completely futile.
Tech Bonnie.
I'll try non-lethally hitting him too. Nope.
Faldrick.
So what is it to do a non-lethal attack?
It's just a -4 to hit, but it's -2 technically because you're flanking.
All right. So there's just this -2. So
Okay.
yeah, I think it's 22.
He is grievously wounded. He is still up, but he just holds up and saying, "Fine, let me go, and I'll give you a name."
And your name.
What's the name, good sir?
He just looks at all of you, just feels the sword of Gazim behind him. He's like, Ben Gear. He's the one that had us do this job.
Does that name ring a bell?
Not to any of you.
But I'm guessing to our friend.
Well, I knew a Ben Gear back in Isger, but I doubt it's the same guy.
You don't think all Ben Gears know each other?
It's
I
very
knew a bit
technical
her.
circle.
As you're talking to each other, he starts to walk away. See if he's just testing the water. Just be like, doot, doot, doot.
Yeah, you
It's up to you if you guys want to attack him while he's getting away.
If he
Yeah.
moves away from Tekvani at this point, I think he will try to do a non-lethal attack, just knock him out to make sure it doesn't warn anybody.
Yeah, go for it. He wouldn't be aware that you were about to do it, so. Nope. And then he just uses the rest of his movement to just get the fuck away from you guys and start opening the gate. But that's where his turn would end if Gazim wants to do anything.
Yeah. Kazim would charge. Oh, can't charge their friend.
Not unless you have the right combat feats.
Yeah. He would pull his javelin as he ran here. Wait, that I need to move around. Because what does a
No, you can
You
move
can
through
move
an
through
ally
allies.
square. You just can't
Yeah,
charge.
you can get to
Oh,
like.
all right? Javelin range. I don't know.
I think it's 10 feet, so it would be -2 to hit him.
I think it's 20.
Oh, is it 20?
Yeah, I thought it was
The
more.
ones that are made to be thrown generally are a little longer.
Gotcha.
Simple.
Javelin range is 30 feet, actually.
Javelin range is 30 feet. Okay. All right. He's gonna throw the javelin at the back of this dude. And this power attack is on here, but it'd be a wait.
You can't
You can't
power
power
attack.
attack with a thrown weapon.
I don't believe so.
No,
I don't-
you have to use that other range, deadly aim.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll hit. As he's going to run, you just throw your javelin behind him. You just hear him go, and just fall against the grate of the gate, and he is dead.
Kazim had not said you may leave.
Well, now he never will.
A bit bloodier than I would have liked, but they did attack us. I
The
think it
bell
might
does
slow-
not dismiss you. Gazim dismisses you.
Kazim will wipe off his javelin, walk back with, well, we have a name.
Well, let's give these fellas a pat down.
Yeah, see if there's any proof of the name. At the least. I doubt it, but
Looking through their possessions, they just have what they have on them for like equipment. They have great axes and chain shirts. Oh, excuse me. And they both have a key to the manor, and one of them has a gate key.
I'll take a chain shirt.
I just say I'm letting
Yeah.
people keep mundane items if they wish to. Like, you can't just stockpile them, but if you have the space to carry this stuff and you want to sell it later on, you're also welcome to do that for the mundane stuff.
Yeah. What's chain shirt? Is that medium?
Chain shirt is light for AC for max
Plus
dex.
the
4.
heavens?
It's actually better than the one you have on as a hide armor, and you won't have your penalty to movement if you want it for
Yeah, I'll take a backup great axe and a chain shirt.
Faldrick's AC is now 17.
Yeah, we
Uh,
didn't ask him what
Why would
happened.
my
to the
AC be
normal
17?
guards.
Oh, not. I said Gazim. Your name was just over his, and I misspoke.
Okay. I was gonna say.
But with these keys, we can at least lock the door behind us and send word to the Adventurers Guild.
Let's see what's really going on with Old Skill. Go in.
Yeah, Techvani would linger by as they're kind of looting them. Would kind of look around the area, see if there's the signs of a scuffle before they came along that would imply that they overpowered the guards.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a survival or perception. So, you notice some drag marks, like they had carried something out of the manor recently.
Mhm.
But you don't see anything, signs of scuffle out here,
Okay.
other than what you guys caused.
Am I able
Oh.
to follow the drag marks, or does it kind of
It doesn't
disappear?
go very far. It's like
Okay.
something disturbed, like the dirt and dust right outside the manor, and after a certain point, it just kind of like they picked it up the rest of the way, so it wouldn't drag away.
Gotcha.
But I assume you're going inside, y'all.
Yeah.
Yep. The inside is much more of a different story. You see walls that look like they had formerly had paintings just from the color of like the dust for where it gathered, where the marks were, just completely stripped of paintings. Like you see some frames have just been cracked open and whatever was in it rolled up and taken.
Yeah.
Drawers have been overturned and upturned.
Yeah. Seems like Bendir was doing some redecorating.
You also feel like not feel, you hear the sound of a crackling fire going up above on a second story bedroom.
Well, we can't go wrong with a crackling fire.
Well, very much can. Take it from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make our way up.
Depends on if it's in the fire in place or not.
Exactly.
Yeah, you open the door to the master bedroom that the sound is coming from, and it's like if you open up a convection oven and you just feel that heat blaze you in the face.
Mm.
It's like that when you open the bedroom door. You're greeted by this blast of heat as you see a roaring fire blazes in the fireplace, even though the day itself is like 100+ degrees outside.
Mhm.
You see a huge bearded man shivering under under his blankets, his bed pushed dangerously close to the fire. You see a thin servant sits in the far corner by a window, fanning himself with a handkerchief. And the bearded man looks at you all, and he blinks at you a few times, kind of squints. He's like, and then he speaks through chattering teeth. Are you Pathfinders? As this is clearly the man who is cursed by the name of Skelg.
Indeed, that is us.
Thank God. He's like tries to speak, but he's having trouble like speaking between his teeth. You see the.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say you see the servant from the distance, like, yes, my master was attacked recently.
That makes the 6 of us.
Listen, whatever they did to you, it's causing you to feel rather cold.
Mind if I examine?
Yeah, go ahead and you can do a spellcraft. Spending the time to scan it for the element and stuff. Let me see. Okay, that's out a necromancy aura from just your detecting of it.
Definitely magical effects, and he's just kind of doing the whole doctor routine.
As you're talking to him and stuff and checking him out, it's kind of like pulling teeth to get his servant to really elaborate on anything. Like after he says, like, "Oh yeah, he was attacked," he just kind of stands there and waits, and then you see the Skellig just like, "Tell them more, and yes, one of the intruders had lit a lantern that they found in the vault, and apparently had magical properties. And when the lantern light struck Skellig, he began to freeze like this. He's shown it on the tapestry, also hanging in the wall. Shown it on the tapestry hanging in the wall outside of the vault. That seemed to have created a doorway as well. In that panic, everyone seemed to have escaped with what they had ransacked from the place. It's like tapestry's different picture as he like tries to say, oh yes. Apparently the tapestry shows an Ulthan longship on a rolling sea encased in an iceberg. This is odd because the scene on the tapestry was once a meadow with a shepherd and flock.
That's worth investigating. Do you know why 3 people would be standing out front posing as your guards, but explicitly keeping people out?
Oh yeah, that's kind of important, isn't it? And you just see Skel glaring at him through chattering teeth. A man that seems to have known my master came in a couple days after the attack, and knowing that Skelg is afflicted by whatever the lantern caused to him, killed his guards and basically told him, "Now you'll die in bed like an old woman," and left his guards to prevent anyone from saving him.
We got the name Bengir off one of them. Is that him?
You see Skelg like, "Bengir, son of Haldir." And he's like trying to like speak, but he's like freezing cold right now. Anyone who wants to can roll me a knowledge nobility when they hear the name Haldir.
Do you have to be trained in it?
Or have it as a class skill.
Okay. Not me.
Yep. I don't think anyone really would have nobility in this party, so the name doesn't mean anything to you. With your spellcraft, one of the things you also learn about it is as you're examining him, you notice that there is like a shimmering, what almost looks like a portal on his skin. And as you put your hand to it, it feels freezing, like blizzard level, like frost cold coming from that little portal on this guy's skin.
Yeah, Techvine would kind of use a lot. It's like you're wearing a portal to a place that's super cold. It's fascinating.
Yeah, he's like quakes, and others. It's as if the frozen fingers of winter's blackest midnight clutch at my heart. I am freezing from the inside out.
This man needs a warm glass of brandy.
Yeah. Did you say the tapestry was still here, or did that wander off?
No, it's still downstairs.
I would very much like to check that.
What were you saying, Kath?
I was saying we should definitely investigate that. Might be linked. Well, definitely linked.
Going through Tyros to help translate his shattering, it takes a little bit of time, but you do eventually get through When he mentions Bengir, it's the son of someone named Haldir, who, from what you gather, Skelg looted his funeral ship for all the funeral offerings.
Oh, so this guy freezing here stole the funeral offerings from the other guy's father.
Yes.
Ooh.
And yeah, the same guy also took like everything in this guy's possession. That most of it was probably from the same thing that he took from.
It's,
Did they take the lantern?
Yes, lantern. Caused freezing. Maybe fix it.
Yes. Maybe. Imagine the Pathfinder Society would want to keep a hold of it afterwards to keep it safe from further incidents like this.
Mhm.
But, Kazim, maybe you should run back to them and request additional guards for our good man here. And the rest of us investigate this tapestry.
That's absurd. No one's going to come in here. He has nothing else to steal, and I want to see this tapestry as well.
All right, we'll deal with that afterwards.
But yeah, heading over to the tapestry, it is exactly what it looks like. It seems to be an Ulfin longship on a rolling sea, encased in an iceberg. Go ahead and roll me a perception on it, if you wish.
And detect magic on it as well.
It doesn't seem like there's any magic affecting it currently anymore.
Okay.
So I think everyone but Gazim noticed that the focal point of this tapestry now seems to be that there is a large lantern ring hanging out of the mouth of the dragon figurehead, where there's no lantern hanging there.
Wait, could you repeat that? The focal
there's
point is a lantern.
The front of the ship is a figurehead of a dragon, and there's a large lantern ring that hangs from the mouth, but there's no lantern hanging on it.
I gotcha. Okay.
Interesting. You think maybe this lantern creates a portal back to that ship? Be kind of an odd thing to do, but possibly useful in raiding places.
But yeah, if you were to examine it with spellcraft and stuff, it doesn't seem there's any magic currently on the tapestry, and you touch it, but it does have an odd chill to it. Like you feel it, and like the edges of it are like, you notice that there's ice that like it hasn't fully thawed out yet. So like there was something going on with the tapestry, but it's since dissipated.
And he would do like a cursory, pull it aside, see behind it, and stuff like that. See if it's hiding anything.
Nope, nothing behind it.
Okay.
I wonder if this Tomb Raider stole this tapestry as well.
And where'd you say the portal formed? Do you say a portal formed?
Huh? I told you that there was like a small, it looked like almost like a portal on the guy's skin.
Yeah. No, I thought there was some mention about like a portal appear or something like
thought
that.
it-
And everybody left.
Like when it hit the tapestry, the appearance changed, and
okay.
Someone fell through the tapestry and came back out and they ran from that.
Okay.
Or sorry, rephrase it. Somebody fell into the tapestry, and that freaked everybody out after that. And the lantern hit the guy because the guy turned it on, like flashed it in different directions. And because of that, he got inflicted with whatever this curse is, and somebody fell through the tapestry, and then they left, and it came back later and put guards at this guy's house so someone could save him. Is basically what the information you've gotten from him.
Okay, so the guy that fell into tapestry presumably never came back from it?
Yes.
Okay. Was there anything He would be asking the group, do you think there's anything special about the lantern, or do you think any old lantern might do the trick?
I mean, I'd lean towards it being the lantern, given that's what's shown on Skellig. And the tapestry causing him both to change as they did.
Well, might not hurt to check around the place, see if there's anything lantern-like that could potentially be used.
Yes.
Let's check in this vault and see what they've left.
So you're checking the vault, you said?
Yeah.
And what else was there? Was there something else someone said they were checking?
I think largely just looking around the house, see anything that, like, if there's anything like they might have left a lantern, or
Any clues?
just to see what hasn't been taken, since it looked like everything's been looted from
Yeah,
the
so
house.
go ahead and everyone give me a round of perceptions if they're just looking around the house or the walls or anything else. Okay, so the vault itself doesn't seem to have much left in it. You see the occasional like copper coin or whatever that was bent and someone stepped on it to try to get out or something. Or not stepped on it, but like that like is like old and just tossed in the corner. Some what looks like glass had been shattered to grab stuff. There's like overturned chests, but nothing in the actual vault seems to be left other than the one tapestry and a couple others hanging nearby that seem to have been damaged in a fight.
And they tossed the place pretty good.
Yeah, the house itself is a disaster, with the exception of the bedrooms that still have decorations and everything else. The main guy's bedroom itself is the most undamaged of everything. You see shelves with journals, scrolls, books. You see some decorative and practical weapons in his room as well. You see a dressing table with like a personal grooming kit with like a beard trimmer, like knife, or not knife, like pair of like a razor, as well as like shears, hair brush, comb, that kind of thing. But nothing other than what I described.
Okay.
Kazim's gonna look through the glance through the. I don't know if he can read. He can skim. I guess he can read. There's nothing.
He can
that
read.
says- Okay.
His intelligence is only an 8. It's not like he's illiterate at that point.
He'd look through, looking for anything with either of the two guys' names from before, to try and find some where he had written about what happened, perhaps like where it had happened, where the guy had lived.
Let's see.
Bettengir or the father.
The father or the son.
Looking through, you don't see anything about the names of the son or the father. You see, most of what he has written are like things that he encountered on his travels, the occasional maps of different places. Just basically notes about his adventures.
He'd be probably going through the notes along with Kazim and seeing if there's any match of like any sort of area that would resemble what the tapestry is now showing, see if it might be something from his past or maps that would indicate an area like that.
Not really anything in particular. Like you see some stuff that are in Olfin lands, but nothing that like screams out the name or location of what these people would be from.
Okay.
You do find a few things that you're probably looking for if you want to check your handout. If you
Yeah.
want to do anything with that.
I was just typing to you, but I guess I can just say it out of character.
Yeah, you can say it out of character what you guys do.
Kazim is going to put the maps of interest into his backpack.
Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand for that.
Okay.
Can I assist?
Yeah. The good news is, with the assist of a +2, Gazine, you're able to slip it into your bag without the freezing guy or his attendant noticing.
Oh, I didn't know we were in the same room. Okay. Ballsy.
It's
That's
in his
good.
bedchambers.
Okay. Yep. Completely makes sense.
They're a little too busy with the curse afflicting the guy.
Mhm.
Also, I'm not sure if anyone did, but if anyone has it, they can also roll a heal on the guy as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so you would know a little bit more. He's suffering from severe, like Arctic cold. He's basically
Hypothermia.
having frostbite hit him from like his internal side outward. So while he's cold outside too, the inside of him has to be frozen right now.
Okay, so it's less like from the outside in, but like you
Yeah.
said, inside out. Okay.
Yeah, and he's like freezing to death, even if it's like 100-degree weather around here. So that's why he has like the fire going to try to keep himself warm.
Right.
Any idea where where the lantern bearer would have gone?
Well, that's why I got in a tangent about some of their stuff because you were looking at like his rooms and stuff. But yeah, in the ransacked place, when you rolled higher than a 20, you do see what looks like they left behind some rope when they tried to grappling hook up to the top floor, and you notice that it's frayed in certain spots that have like water damage or like not clams, but like the things that like cling
Barnacles?
on barnacles and stuff, kind of like half dead or dried up on the rope in certain spots. So safe to assume it probably came from somewhere wet or at a dock, maybe.
Mhm.
Do the Ulfin people still raid in Viking ships in this
Some,
setting?
yeah. Dolphins are very Viking people. But yeah, a lot of them still have like the boats where have a bunch of people in the bottom deck rowing while someone's playing the drums.
Looks like we might have to make our way to the dockyard then.
And
Yeah,
just to be clear on the story, Richard,
Mhm.
a person came.
So
the
people
lantern?
came and started looting the town or the house. When they were looting, he found out that they were looting and tried to fight them.
Okay.
In the process, the lantern shone on him and the tapestry, causing him to get this whatever this curse is, and the tapestry to apparently turn into a portal.
And that lantern came out of his vault.
Stolen goods, most likely.
Gotcha.
And then in the process, they fled after that happened. Eventually, the guy came back, said that he's gonna let Skelg die like a bitch. Left some of his people to guard the place, and then proceeded to leave.
When you say the guy came back, was he part of the original looting party?
Perhaps, but the people who came back were obviously involved in it. So whether he was there with the initial theft or he came afterwards, you're not sure. But he was definitely involved some way.
Were all the looters Ulfins?
Yes, as far as they know, because they weren't.
Gotcha.
It's a very similar build. A lot of Ulfin people have.
Mm-hmm.
Cold, harsh winters, frozen north kind of thing.
Horned helmets. Yeah. It gives it away.
They all have a horn of meat on their side,
Yep.
But that's to the gist of what you've gotten so far. And you think they are most likely near the dock somewhere.
Well, Gazim thinks it's time to go Ulfin hunting.
I would still feel better if you two, gesturing at Gazim and Tekvani, went to get some more guards for the good Sir Skelg. I have a bit of business to discuss with them. Gesture to Faldrick.
Look at Tekvani.
Also, you could see if the Pathfinders know anything about the whereabouts of what was it, Bingen? Binga?
Well, you two get a move on. I'm not going anywhere in this armor.
But yeah, big gear.
Tech would shrug and say, well, guess he does need new guards anyways, or heading out, so let's go.
Seems fine to me.
They go off to get somebody to watch the guy, and leaving you two alone with a cursed man.
And his little handmaid.
So two Pathfinders walk into a house with a man that has been cursed, and they say to him,
We
I'm
step
gonna
out.
be honest with you,
And Gear
Alex.
sends his regards.
I don't know what our angle is right now.
They're trying to convert him to the allegiance with Andoria.
I will tell you, your whole job is to get him to break free from the ties, not necessarily join you.
Mhm.
You just don't want him to be connected with what he's currently connected to.
Yes.
Do you think it better we confront him now or after we've helped him?
Might as well breach the topic now so that when it's done, he might feel more amenable to it.
He also might feel like he's being politically extorted for his life.
Perhaps.
It's the best kind of extortion.
Yes.
Silly feelings.
An offer they can't refuse. Let's not make it overt. Like, join us or we won't help you. But,
Join us or chill.
Well, you
Man
lead the
does,
way, Alex. I'll back you up.
and does value honor and adventure and doesn't want to die like this, maybe. Anyway, we've reached the door.
Yeah.
Going on in.
He's still there. Like, he just tells the assistant of his, it's just throw another log onto the fire, and it just blazes.
We've sent our friends to fetch new guards from the Pathfinder Society. Hopefully they'll be a little less susceptible to sneak attacks.
He just nods like, good.
But I wanted to talk with you for a second about possibility of you joining either Andoria or perhaps leaving the Long Axis.
I've come to talk to you about my Lord and Savior, freedom.
Mm-hmm. Have you thought about freedom? I'll make no secret of it. We'll help you either way. It is a duty we have accepted willingly. But if you would consider afterwards.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a diplomacy real quick.
Mine's not particularly good. You got a good one?
I got a +4.
Yeah, it's better than -1.
Yeah. And I'll just add on top of it, I'll just show him straight up the letter if we still have it, and say, we're just being completely open and honest with you. But let me tell you something. I come from the nation of Isger, where slavery is a political institution. And I have chosen to go out of my way to work with the Pathfinders so that one day I might go back and in some way improve the situation there. I'll help you either way, but maybe it's something to think about while we go out of our way to save your life.
Are you assisting, Alex?
I
Do you want to roll?
I'll try.
See whatever you can get. As long as you get a 10, I think it adds a +2. So
Hey, exactly a 10.
hey. So yeah. He looks over the note, hands it back to you, hand still shaking, and stuff like, if I get out of this, I think it maybe is a good time to do something different. I think staying put is not good for the elfin blood in me. This never would have happened if I didn't just take up residence and settle down. I should be out there like a warrior. I think you're right. Please figure this out, and I will discuss what I could do to do in the future. And he just kind of like has like hard time like speaking at the moment, but he does seem pretty receptive to the idea.
But man, I guess since he seems to be a man of action, might as well kill the time until our friends get back with reinforcements with adventure stories. Especially, might like to know about deserts at the moment.
So man, I'm in the hottest desert in the world, I couldn't stop sweating.
All these other jackasses with me didn't bring any hot weather gear.
But yeah, you're able to get at least a couple people to kind of. They're like, it was their day off, but they're like, I guess we can watch some guy who can't do anything but shiver. Not the best
And,
bodyguards most of the time, the society, but they'll do it in a pinch.
And the other thing was having them see if they knew where we might find this Bengar.
Yeah. No one would have heard in the society about anyone named Bengir. That doesn't seem to have left a mark enough to be common knowledge.
Yeah, that was hopefully just a shortening. So.
So yeah, it's up to you guys to look for them. You do have a lead to maybe check around the docks if you want to find out.
Yeah. Gazim grew up at the docks, so he would have pointed out the rope and the wear of the salt water and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
These are people who often visited the Qadiran ports to sell their ill-gotten gains. Travel by ship often.
Yeah, so I assume you all head to the docks. So upon there, you can use a diplomacy to ask around, or you can use an intimidate to try to yell at people to tell you the information you want to know if you were looking for the Ulfin warriors that have come by. Or when you want to roll.
Well, why don't we try your sweetness first, and then maybe I'll crack some souls.
Your sweetness. So yeah, anyone who wants to try to ask around can.
What is it?
It would be a diplomacy if you're asking around, or intimidate if you're trying to coerce people into telling you the information.
Well, looks like we didn't get it the good way, so coercing
asking around, Faldrick, the only thing you hear is like you see someone show up, like, I don't know, the harbor master might have any records of Ulfin ships that have docked recently. You could probably ask someone there.
I feel like somebody needs to tell us that they saw them. Try and squeeze it out of somebody.
Okay, at 20.
As he's there, literally squeezing somebody.
You just grab someone who's like, where are the Ulfin?
Yep.
Jesus Christ! There were some Northerners that recently rented a warehouse at the docks over by rented from from Tulio Baltus. It's right. The warehouse is right across from the Rosy Fingers Tavern, near the West Docks. Can I go now? Please don't hurt me. I don't have any money to give you.
I don't need your money, but thank you for your information. You need to restack those. That is a terrible job over there.
Yes, sir. And you just see him as you walk away. You just hear, it's like, man, I should have wore brown pants today. Yeah, you hear that there might be a warehouse near the Rosy Fingers Tavern.
My friends, I suggest we visit the tavern, and then what is it called where you watch a place that you want to investigate?
Stakeout, good sir.
Yes, we should do that.
Okay, but Rosie better keep her fingers to herself.
Depending on what the tavern serves, we might turn it into a steak inn.
I see what you did there. I do like a steak.
Yeah, you head over there. It's quickly easy to find the Rosy Fingers Tavern, and you see a warehouse across from it, built right on the docks, part of it extending over the water. The building itself is about 30 feet tall with no visible windows. On the landward side, you see a pair of large cargo doors with a smaller door built into the right side, or built into the right one. So, like big cargo doors, and one of the doors has a smaller door built into the door.
Yep.
You see piers run along either side of the building, and on the seaward side is a massive set of doors able to accommodate a small ship. The street itself is very busy with several taverns among the warehouses. Most of the warehouses have sentries in front of them, and the ships at the docks are similarly guarded. You do see a Northlander warrior with his axe resting on his lap, sitting on top of a small pile of crates across from the warehouse. Obviously keeping watch on the main door. I will actually take you to a page so you can see. I have you all in the tavern, but you can step out of it as well.
Don't have any vision token.
And the street itself is busy, so there's people walking back and forth and everything. So it's not like it's just an empty street, but there's clearly a guy on watch.
Is it just me? I can't see anything.
I do not have vision. You might not have vision. Hold on. Here you go.
Without vision as well.
Good gentleman guard is over here. Looking very much like the ones that tried to kill us at the mansion. I'm guessing this is the warehouse he was talking about.
Yep.
Soothish.
I was experimenting with like the windows and doors and stuff in this one.
Yeah, like
Are you able to give me vision?
Oh, do you not have vision? Sorry.
No.
Well, might be best to wait till cover of night. Wouldn't want to create a ruckus. They might have more people stationed around.
this is true. I might need to go buy a healing potion unless one of you could help me.
I'll throw a healing bomb at you. As you kind of mentioned that, he just kind of reaches aside and just hits you in the chest with a glass vial.
Yes, he's the doctor from Team Fortress 2.
Oh God, the fire!
You heal 7 hit points.
And burn for 16.
Right. No, that comes later.
You don't know what kind of bars they frequent.
Well, I hate to put the urgency on you, but the Skelg might not have till nightfall.
That's a fair point. That's
you don't know how long he has. He does seem to be suffering from some hyperthermia, but you're not sure how far along it is, so you don't know what your time frame is.
Would I have had an idea from my heal check? I think it was like 20 something.
Yeah, it was 24. He's not going to die within the day. It could be anywhere from a few days to a week, from what you can gather. You're not quite sure.
Yeah. What time of day is it right now?
It's probably maybe like 2-ish in the afternoon. So it'd be like a good 4 to 6 hours before nightfall. Actually, maybe a little longer because it's peak summertime.
Well, if he's going to die in the next 6 hours, then he's already lost. So we've only got the location that might house the thing. If it ain't in there.
At the same time, it might not be a bad idea just to take a short stroll along the pier, just to take in the sights, you know?
Well, I think our most inconspicuous of us is It's a Faldrick here.
You also know, since you're in the city of Absalom, if you did start a fight in the middle of the broad daylight anyway, there will probably be guards coming, and that might complicate things on your end as well as theirs.
Yeah, hold my armor, Alex.
Fulch just T-poses while Alex unequips him.
Gotta assert that dominance.
Yep.
I kind of sit near the window, so I can keep an eye on this guard, but not be seen.
Faldrick, if you're just trying to pass off as just like a passerby kind of walking around and not being, go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
Okay.
So he doesn't notice you like scoping the place out.
Oh, well, that's a 1.
He still might fail. Nope. As he sees you walking by, he's like, "Hey, oi, short man, keep away from the doors. Don't want no trouble."
He's talking about these doors
Yeah, straight ahead over here.
down here?
Yeah. There should be a door symbol for it.
Yeah, right here, right?
He just yells at you to keep away from them doors. He doesn't know you're like trying to scope
Stop
out the
it,
place
Gasm.
at this point, but
I'm sorry, I thought this was a free city.
Yeah, I'll go. Sorry, didn't know you own the whole walkway.
I don't. I rent it. You don't pay me enough to walk on my sidewalk.
Yeah,
Get
you
away.
look like it too.
Why oughta? You just see him chuck a rock at you. Goes wide, but you just hear ping ping, and
When
you
I
just
turn
hear
the
another guy in the
corner.
distance. Ow! Who throws a rock in the middle of the day?
When I turn the corner, I'm gonna look through this window.
Despite the picture, there actually aren't any windows on the wall.
Oh, okay. So this is just a solid building, no windows.
Yeah, it's just a wooden building.
Okay, so only one guy posted outside. Come back. Say just the one guy posted outside. Couldn't really get any closer without going inside.
Let me see if
What
I can
about-
walk along the dock, see if I can see anything from their back end. As he says that, Tekvani will just grab one of the bottles from his pack and just kind of start to walk with a drunken swagger.
You can do a bluff or a disguise or a stealth if you're doing the stagger thing.
Stealth it is.
Okay, you're not close enough to him to actually make an active perception on you, so you can carry on right now.
So, just walking down here. Want to go to the end of the dock.
You do see the big double doors here that open up to let the ship in and out.
Mhm.
You see them. They're about like maybe a foot of head clearance underneath the doors, so they don't actually go into the water.
Okay.
Because it would be harder to move the doors if they were actually in the water, so they keep them.
But they're closed right now.
They're closed right now.
Are
But it
there
would be
windows
possible if you
along?
wanted to like swim underneath them. It's not an impossibility.
Is there any windows on the side here?
There are no windows on
Oh,
the walls anywhere.
Okay.
You do see looking into the looking at the doors. It does seem like there is some kind of light source that is illuminating the inside. You're an intelligent guy. You'd probably know that means there's probably the equivalent of like sunroofs that let light into the warehouse.
Okay.
A little bit more safe than like just having windows on a warehouse where people could just break in.
Mhm.
But still lets light in because no electricity. It would be really dark in there with no windows of any kind.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, he'll make his way back and report what he found. fine if we order you want. We could try going through the ship door. Or just wait. I'm good either way.
Yeah, we'd have to go in without our armor. That route.
Although, would any of us have picked up the grappling hook and rope that was left at the manor?
You could say you did, yeah.
It stands to reason there might be a roof access, or at the very least, way to access through the roof.
I like this idea. Drop down on them from above.
And there's really no one guarding the back end of the dock that I saw.
Yeah, going in through the roof might be easier, although possibly louder.
Louder than a guard making a commotion?
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. But at that volume, I think it's moot either way.
I think noises from inside a warehouse, not as suspicious as noises on the street.
And might be able to allow us to see what's inside before we commit to going inside.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we already committed, but yes.
So if I assume you're waiting until the night to do that either way.
Yeah.
I will say, as you're watching over the course of the next 5-6 hours, it does seem they have a guard shift change every 4 hours. So one new guard comes out, replaces the last guy, and after another 4 hours, it happened relatively soon as you arrived, but then it happened again after 4 hours. The first time that it changed out, you just heard him say, "There was some weird, ugly midget walking around here. Keep an eye out." And then proceeds to replace him. Faldrick, you make note of that guy's face. But yeah, that's all that happens until it starts getting dark, and then sun is set. You've been having some food and drinks here at the bar, nothing too major to inebriate you or anything, but kind of pass the time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it is now evening. And let me change the dynamic lighting because it is no longer daylight mode.
Oh, interesting.
Place light in here.
Seems a little more than pitch black.
Yeah.
Does the outside of the building on the side look like it has? Well, can't see my arrow. Look like it has handholds or enough roughage that I could climb the surface.
They're wooden boards, so you probably could. It would be a little harder, but Tech does have a grappling hook. If you guys want to utilize that, it would be a much easier climb. You just have to get the hook on the top, and then it becomes like a DC 5 climb. So.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to see.
Yeah. We'll have to keep our lights doused for the climb, but is it usually if it's full moon, it's dim light outside.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out right now, but it's not enough vision to really give you too much. I'm gonna give you guys partial vision ahead of you to make it kind of limiting.
Low light level? We could probably time it so we're at low light. We don't have to wait till the dead of night.
And Tekvani and I can go out and get the grappling hook up, and one of us go up there to secure it, and then help you go back, get you to the rope, so you don't fall in the water or something.
Yeah, you're not actually going to be emitting it, but I'm giving you guys low light light on your characters because that's basically what your vision would be.
Okay.
Currently, without having dark vision, I think Gazim has dark vision, but I'm not sure who else does.
Tekvani has low light vision.
Yeah.
So sees further in dimmer light.
Yeah, so I can actually fix yours if you have low light vision. Do halflings have low light vision?
Nope.
Okay.
Really?
So yeah. So
Why would
the
they?
light that you're emitting on your characters would be your low light vision. So you should have vision even if you step out of the place.
Interesting. At all, 60 feet of dark vision. Did not know that.
What is Alex?
Human.
He's your basic bitch human fighter.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking it. If you're sneaking over to the side of the place, I will have you all make stealth checks. As he is also, I will just tell you now, the DC is going to be 18. As he is actually no,
Wow.
it's dark. Hold on, his vision. Okay, it'd be 16. Sorry, because of the distance. Actually, no, it might
Didn't
be even
think
lower than
about
that.
sneaking.
It actually might be lower than that because he's human. So hold on. Okay, no, it would be a 14 stealth that you're trying to make. Yeah, it looks about right.
Tekvani, slow down.
Oh, the pier's just this way. It's a great view. It's
This guy just kind of starts coming over. He's like, "What are you all doing over here? You're looking awfully suspicious at our warehouse here."
what do you
Walking over
mean?
to see the ocean.
Yeah, it's a great way to spend a drunken night, man. What's your problem?
Well, you don't mind if I see what you're doing while you're watching this ocean, then?
Absolutely. Come on, the more the merrier. Get yourself a drink.
He just pulls out a torch and lights it to keep an eye on you from right here.
Oh, we are a distraction right now.
That would keep us from
Gazim is going to start telling you stories of working on the port and the different types of ships he can name that he would see in Kadira.
And he would look back at the guy. Hey, what type of ship do they have in this place? Is there a ship in there?
One that treads water, yes.
What type
Any
of ship would
sort
that
of,
be? And basically is trying to pull him into a conversation with him and Gazim.
Is there any sort of like building that I could double back around? Down this way?
Could he go out
Like
the?
you can go through the tavern and just go back behind it, like going this direction, like around. If you're just trying to get on the
yeah.
other side.
Nah, the idea is to end up down there, but without him knowing I'm coming to meet them.
Oh, yeah, you can go down and get out of the light distance and just go down to the dock and walk around. The dock just proceeds further this direction, so.
I'm just casually saunter off the map that way till I'm in the darkness.
Easy enough to do. Guy's just kind of standing there watching them at this point and kind of every now and then poking his head back to make sure no one's fucked with the door. So it doesn't look like anyone else is doing anything currently, so if you want to continue with what Alex is doing, let me know.
Like I said, just kind of hanging out of sight till they've lost his attention, which, since now he's holding a torch, he's beacon in the night.
Yep.
Gazim is going to sit down with legs hanging over the side and stay there.
Both of you go ahead and give
talking.
me a bluff to try to deceive this guy into thinking you guys are just a couple of drunks. As he watches you for a good 10 minutes, and he just why did we choose the one by the bar? And he goes back over to his waiting area.
He would wait a few minutes just to see if the guy decides to double back or whatnot.
And he would come back maybe a minute later and see you guys both still there.
Mhm.
You just hear him scoff in the distance and shove somebody out of the way that's still kind of wandering around the night. Because it's not completely empty streets, but lots less than there would be there in the daytime.
Kazim would reach over for the grappling hook. You want me to toss it?
I got it. He would make his way towards this corner here when he's sure Gazim, or not Gazim, but the guy, just checked and is walking back. And then let me see what throw anything does.
Reduces penalties for throwing stuff that ain't a throwing weapon.
Okay. So then just a normal range attack then with a +1.
Go for it. It's not a high number you're looking for, so.
Faldrick finally puts out his pipe and he's like, "Oh, they're done."
23.
Yep, you're able to get the hook firmly in place, and you're able to scale it easily enough. As long as everyone has at least a 4 climb, they don't even need to make the roll. But if you have less than a +4 to climbing, you will need to make it to climb up the ladder, just in case you get a natural 1.
Alex.
Got a 5 in climb. What are you talking about?
Oh, that was pretty damn good. I was
have a 4 in
expecting the
climb.
arm.
He's all muscle.
Tekvani's got
You said if you had a
+0.
+4 or higher.
Yeah, because you need a minimum of 5 to be able to climb this with a grappling hook.
Okay.
So if you have a +4, you can't automatically fail a roll with a natural 1, so you'll be guaranteed to climb up this hook.
Cool.
So I will go ahead and let me group you together because you're all going to get up in this area, and I'm just going to show you the inside of the building.
Okay.
You're on top of what looks like an elevated platform. It's like looking down over the rest of the place. You see a guy that's like going through some stuff in some sacks, as well as he has like a buckler on his back. He has hold on. He has a great side of it doesn't have a buckler. He has a great sword. You see he's very Ulfin in descent, wearing some nice armor. After you watch him for a minute, you notice he has some kind of holy symbol, though you're not sure of what from just the angle. And you see on his belt loop a lantern.
There it is.
Yeah, I think that's
Maybe
our man.
How far up are we from above the platform here?
You're about 10 feet off the ground here. This platform is about 10 feet up, but 15 feet up. Sorry. So like they would have to climb up these stairs to get to this platform. They could try to climb up, but it would be a little harder.
And we're on the roof though, right?
You're on the roof. Yeah, the
So
roof is
if
about 30
we're-
feet. The roof is 30 feet off the ground. If you were to jump down there, it'd be 15 feet. You'd probably take 1d6 points of falling damage if you were to just jump down the area. You could do an acrobatics to soften the blow and not take
Or-
any damage or fall prone.
Let's reposition the grapple so we could basically tie the rope off here, and when we're ready to go down, we can just rappel down,
Yeah.
or just slide down on the rope instead of free falling.
Yeah.
Plus way in and out.
I am going to jump onto his head and take him down, and Kazim is going to retrieve the lantern.
Do you want me to drop a bomb on him first? Start things off that way?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's go ahead and bring up the turn order before this happens. We can just get this rolled and out of the way now.
Rolling great on these initiative.
Wait, why did I roll a 0 on that? How did he roll a 0? He has a +1. Oh, he rolled a 10. Oh, because it says
you
plus
have to put a
plus.
Can I use disable device to try to pry the window loose without, making a breaking noise?
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
I was just fixing something. So, what are you trying to do?
Basically, open the window without breaking glass.
You can open it. It is already kind of ajar, but it doesn't open fully. So you
Enough for
actually
us
have
to slide through.
You and Faldrick could probably, but Alex and Gazim, their armor would probably prevent them in their size. They would have to force it open and at least crack it to get through.
New plan. Alex shatters the glass, you drop the bomb, and I drop myself, all at the same time.
Would this be something where I could use disable the device to disconnect the latching or the arm mechanism so it could?
I'll allow you to use a disable device to try to break it free from the design a little bit.
10.
Unfortunately, that wouldn't be quite enough to do it without causing noise. You could probably do it, but it will still cause noise.
Okay, then no.
The chances of actually alerting them is probably less than if the glass broke, but it would still make noise and have a chance to alert them and ruin the surprise.
I say just break the glass.
All right, fair enough. I think we'll
just roll a bomb down.
Yep, just drop a bomb right on his head. He's right in that perfect spot.
So yeah, to kick off, let me go ahead and sort the turn order. Wait, come on. There we go. So we will be starting on Tekvani's turn. Go ahead and make a ranged touch against his touch.
Unless they want to do a ready to action, is that a thing that they could do?
Well, it's all going to trigger on a surprise action. So
okay, perfect. All right, drop a bomb.
It just depends on whether he gets his full AC kind of thing.
Yeah. So touch AC.
Touch AC. That would definitely hit him for 6 points of fire damage. After that, Gazim and Alex are going to both jump down to attack him.
Alex, are you jumping too, or?
I was going to use the rope, but
okay.
Yeah.
So Gazim, make your attack with the jump down, since you clearly said you were jumping down.
Yep.
Faldrick's going to jump down too.
Okay, so you can both make that attack.
Going to do acrobatics. Doesn't quite work.
Yeah. So yeah, when you land, you'll take some damage and you'll fall prone, but you can make an attack on the way down without being prone, if you want, for Faldrick. Gazim will land on his feet.
Hero landing. He did it. Yes.
Hero landing. Absolutely.
You know how they say cats always land on their feet? It's the opposite for hobbits.
Do you want to make your attack for Faldrick while he's falling? Oh, you did already. Never mind.
Yeah, I did.
It didn't show up. So that'll hit. This greatsword will hit. He is still standing though. That will now break the surprise round, as everyone else can go this time. So Faldrick, you fell prone and you took 3 points of falling damage. But you're able to stand up on your turn if you wish. But he will, it will provoke if you wish to do that.
Yep, move action, standing up.
Yep, he will slash at you. 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Although, is he still surprised and hasn't acted this turn?
That's why when it's starting on your turn and it goes around with the surprise action.
Yeah, I couldn't remember how it works. So, okay.
Actually, no, he hasn't acted this turn because it was still surprise. So no, he doesn't get that attack. So you're correct. So yeah, forget that attack. You were able to stand up freely.
All right, and then tapping him again.
That one will miss, unfortunately.
Come on, I really put my back into that one.
You hear him yelling, intruders up on the platform. This guy is going to use all his movement. And Bengir is just going to yell, he's like, grab the lantern and open it. And he will grab it off of his belt. And since the way you guys are angled, he's not going to be able to get all of you in this effect.
Especially since I think me and Tekvani are still up on the roof.
Yeah. So he's going to choose one of you. Give me 1 second.
I think you would attack the very large man.
Yeah, he's going to target you with the lantern. So I need a will save from you.
All right.
That succeeds. This guy is going to just double move. This guy is going to double move as well. That's all they can do. Alex, you're up. You're able to slide down easily. Would be your move action, but otherwise.
Yeah, seeing the guy with the lantern, I'm gonna try and come down here. How much move action do I have afterwards?
If you want to slide down to there, move action, you probably have another 10 feet of movement.
Okay. Got myself to an AOL from that dude, but block the stairs off.
He has his battle axe in one hand. Actually, no, he wouldn't have a weapon drawn right now because he used the lantern.
All right, well then I guess I'll smack him with the sword. Minimum damage, yes.
Yeah. Hey, damage is damage.
The board.
Mm-hmm. And Gear in this toss up is going to grab the lantern back from the guy and 5 foot to here. He's like, you can't possibly fuck this up a second time. And he is going to get his friend and all 3 of you in it.
Nice.
Will save, you say?
Will save.
15.
Gazim is the only one that fails.
14.
So as the beam hits the area around you, you feel the cold energy leaking through a spot in your body. And you are affected by cold. You take 6 points of non-lethal damage that can't be healed until the effect is removed. And until the effect is removed, you are fatigued as well.
Does that end rage?
No.
I think it does prevent you from going into one, though.
Yeah, but since you're already in a rage, you can continue this rage until it runs out. But until you get this, you can't go back into one.
All right. Fatigue is just a standard action or a move action.
No, I don't think so. Fatigue. You cannot take a charge or a run and a -2 to strength and dexterity. And if you were to become fatigued from something else, you would then become exhausted, which is worse.
So when his rage ends, he's going to be exhausted. All right.
Yeah. At least until you recover from the rage, because the rage exhaustion won't be permanent. Let me just check and see if he has anything he can do as a Swifty.
Oh, God, he's a Swifty.
Yeah, gotta get Swifty. All right. I don't believe so. Yep, that's all he does. Gazim.
All right, not liking that, he is going to attack the man who just tried to cripple him. Power attack.
That definitely hits. He is barely standing.
Nobody puts the fire out inside of Gazim.
He's just like, you're goddamn here for Skelg, aren't you? The piece of shit had to hire other people. Of course he did.
Yeah, even if you think your revenge is justified, you gotta remember your target has friends.
He just spits on the floor towards you. Which
I don't
happens
like
to hit
it.
near Gazim.
Don't like that he was a Tomb Raider.
So was it this guy that you hit really hard?
Yes.
All right. I'll see if
You're
I
the
can
one that
finish
just
him.
cursed him, so
Yeah, I'll see if I could finish him off with another bomb on his head.
go for it. Do you have selective, or is it going to hit Gazim?
I do have a selective bomb or a precise
Okay.
bomb.
Yeah, precise, yeah. Yeah, that'll definitely hit him and finish him off.
Can I
Ironically,
grab the lantern so it doesn't shatter?
Yeah, the lantern's made of sturdier stuff. It's a metal lantern, so it's not going to shatter
Okay.
if it falls.
It's like one of those hooded door ones. Okay.
Yeah.
Plus, it seems magical, which gets innate resistance.
The only thing is, when it does drop it, it does jiggle it enough to have the light turn off, but it's not going to damage it. And Tekvani, you already did that. Are you moving anywhere?
No, I think I'll stay up. Well, shift over and just take advantage from that angle.
Gotcha. You're still on the roof, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Faldrick.
All right, swift action. I'm going to activate my Judgment of Destruction, which will give me a +1 sacred bonus to all weapon damage rolls. And then I'm going to hit this guy with my mace.
Do it.
Come
Ooh.
on.
Can't quite hit him. This guy saw you. This is the guy that insulted you earlier. He knew you were coming and he knew you were short, so he's watching his ankles.
He's protecting the groin.
Well, that's my turn.
Gotcha. This guy is going to. Does he have acrobatics? He does. Well, this one's going to first come up here and attack Alex. 21?
Not quite.
Not quite. And the other guy is going to try to move through his friend and you and go through an acrobatics, see if he can get past you. Probably going to fail on that, but it does provoke if you wish to make an attack on him, though.
I ain't seen if he failed yet on my end.
Yeah.
Yeah, 17 fails.
I mean, even if he hadn't failed, yeah.
Yeah, plus I think it's +5 to go through someone's square.
Yeah. So that will provoke on the one guy behind. He has to fall back again.
This would be a lot easier if we still had those camels.
That'll miss. I can't wait till Faldor gets an animal companion and it's a fucking camel.
Was it your cousins that were kissing?
He's just like he's mid swing and he's about to swing. He's like, wait, what? And then he continues. So the one's gonna make a battle axe attack against Kazim. I believe will hit Kazim for 8.
It's a brotherly lovers from Alabama Salon.
Alice, you're up.
Mm-hmm. I double check how this challenge thing works. Swift action, challenge foe within 50 feet. Oh yeah, that's about as good a use of it as any, so I'm gonna go ahead and challenge this dude. I get a +1 to attack and defense against him, I think. But yeah, either way, can swing on him. 20
That'll
for
hit
10.
him. Yep. He's looking pretty rough, but he's still up. I'm gonna just take that other guy off of the turn order because it is. I assume you're not moving.
Nah, I gotta hold the stairs till at least that dude's dead.
Kazim.
Afterwards, what is this like railing or
Yeah.
wall?
It's like a half wall railing. Like it goes up to the torso in a wall, and then the rest of it's a railing that goes up to the roof.
Yeah. Once Kazim and Feldrick take care of this dude, I might
Well,
back off with them.
This time you don't cut off his head. You cut him in half from the torso,
Mhm.
and just Kill Bill blood amounts just shoot up everywhere.
Nice.
Because that critted him, and that did 34 points to, I'll just tell you, 15 hit point Ulfin guy. Doing anything else for Kazim's turn?
He can still move. Is that what we determined with fatigued? He's just real tired.
Yeah,
All right.
you just get a -2 on stuff. You should have a box you can check on your stat, your
I
effects.
did.
By the way. Okay.
Yep. He'll, I guess, turn around and pick up the lantern.
Yep, easy enough to do. You pick it up. Just metal. Looks like a metal lantern, like Viking-esque design, but clearly it has something else to do with it. You're feeling positively frigid.
As he stares at it, and from his culture of the land of the desert and the sun and the genies, he looks at it and says, "Remove my curse."
Nothing happens.
Well, it didn't work.
Not that kind of lamp.
So is this a full height wall there? Because I'm not able to see.
Yeah,
So it's a half height.
Half height.
It's
Okay.
blacked out. Our vision is.
Would I, from my vantage from being on top of above everything, would I be able to see the guy that's also on the stairs?
Not especially, because like here,
Okay.
you can see. I'll move you here so you can see what it looks like if you're on the bottom.
Okay.
Real quick. Hold on. So like, see if you were on the ground, you wouldn't be able to see anything up.
Okay.
Like you could probably reposition yourself into a different, like if you were here, for instance, on the roof. Like would be back.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if being on the roof, looking down, I'd have much of an advantage. So
Not
okay.
much more than what you have now.
Okay, then I will.
Like
target
there's
this
someone
guy.
there's someone behind him.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Like
That
you can't
does-
see him clearly.
That does make a difference. Then I will go ahead and throw a bomb on this guy and do it selective, so
It doesn't hit Alex. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That'll definitely hit. And what's the splash damage?
5.
5. Okay, well that one's gone. And this one takes 5. Okay, he's also taking some damage, and there's only one guy left.
Let's see. Is there anything else I want to do? Yeah. Nah, I'm good.
Aldrich.
Could I borrow one of those bombs?
Catch.
Don't drop it.
Multi-class alchemist. Camel
Right.
bombs. They're just
Wow.
bombs of summon monster that summon camels every time it hits something.
Well, Alex is in the doorway here, and I don't have much of an angle for a shot with the sling. So instead, I will heal myself.
Go for it. Yep.
And position myself over here.
Gotcha.
And that's my turn.
Wolf and Warrior's turn. Just gonna step up and swing at Alex. And whiff. Speaking of, Alex, this last guy's up. Doesn't seem like he wants to quit. He just sees you kill all his friends and swings wildly at you.
Swing back at him. Wow.
And swing much better than him as he falls down the stairs. and combat is over.
At least until their fourth friend comes back in from guard duty.
Which, he's not going to be for a while. He's been out there only a short time, so you have some time.
We'll just walk out the front door.
So
Or better yet, sail away in his boat.
set the boat afire, walk out, not look back.
Yeah, guess we're checking the place out. We found the beacon, but they stole a ton of other shit.
Yeah, Gazim would offer the lantern to Tekvani since she's done some healing on others.
Mm-hmm.
And
Suppose I will make my way down then now that coast is clear.
then
Yeah, and
he'd
I would
search
check.
the sky.
I would check out the lantern, see if I could figure out how to use it.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a spellcraft. $13. It looks like just a huge bullseye lantern.
Mhm.
And it looks like the lamp oil is different than normal oil. It has almost like a whitish hue to it when you look inside the chamber of it.
Through detect magic, am I able to see it? Is it the lantern or the oil that's magic?
Both.
Okay.
The oil is pretty low. You guessed that there's maybe a couple hours of oil remaining in it.
Mhm.
You can't really determine what it does. Otherwise, you do with the detect magic and stuff. It has give me 1 second. It has necromancy and one other spell type in it.
Okay.
So let me just make sure I get the right one. Come on. My websites don't want to load right now.
Mhm.
There it goes. I think. Oh God, please.
This brief pause is brought to you by Applebee's, where your lantern can always be lit.
For some reason, it's not letting me click the links on D20. Like when I'm on a spell list. Anyway, it's conjuration and necromancy.
Okay.
Looking through, if you want to give me perception to look through this place while you're here.
I want to search that Ben Horn guy first.
Yeah. I'm having you do the perception for everything, including the people, so.
Okay.
Just to make it one big go.
Oh, terrible. Come on, Faldrick.
Okay. So I left one extract unclaimed, and if I spend a minute, I could use it to make identify potion.
Mhm.
Could I use that and try again with figure out how the hooded
Yeah,
lantern works?
it actually is like a plus 20 or something, doesn't it?
Let me double check. I think it's a plus 10 or plus 20. Plus 10.
Okay. That's enough. This is a item that's known as a beacon of the north. It is often used to open ship-sized portals to certain harbors in Arisen. And if the light is focused on the main mast of the ship or on a tapestry depicting the ship, a 5-foot wide portal opens, connecting the tapestry to the ship's main mast.
Okay, so looks like a portal literally did open up inside of him when this was used.
And portals remain open as long as the lantern is lit, even if it no longer shines directly on the portal.
Oh.
And the only way to shut all the portals is to open up the main portal to get the whole ship through and back into Arisen. Which means you probably would have to go onto the ship to link that up to get rid of whatever has caused onto Skeg as well as now Gazim.
Yeah, fortunately, we know where a tapestry of the ship is.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Well, once we get done searching this place.
Yep. I think a couple people still need to roll perception, since Alex and Gazim did, but I don't think Tikmani or Faldrick did.
Yeah.
One of y'all please hopefully pass it.
Yeah, they both rolled pretty good. The main guy on himself had the lantern, of course. He had a masterwork great sword. He had a set of half plate and a wooden holy symbol of Gorum. I'll just copy and paste through.
I don't know. It's a great sword.
I will take that great sword and trade it off with mine if no one else wants it.
You've cleaved enough people in half. You've earned it.
I mean, my uncle collects swords. I can give it to them.
Inside this whole area here, you can clearly tell what has been recently looted from a certain vault. There are carpets, urns, sculptures, other works of art, all totaling probably about 800 pounds of stuff, worth about 3,000 gold. There's a box containing 2 potions of cure moderate wounds. Potions do carry over between sessions for society play when we're playing together. Not normally, but I just decided it seems rude to just take away your potions.
Yeah, that's a weird rule.
It's to make it easier to do it with random people at all times. In addition, you also find an oaken chest with gold and precious stones worth about 1,700 gold pieces, and 5 potions of resist energy cold. That itself, I will just tell you that is basically your reward for this part of the thing. So 1,700 gold split between the 4 of you.
425 each.
Huzzah.
And since there are multiple resist cold potions, I think each one of us could have one of those.
+1, yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah,
I could have
and
sworn there was a pile of maps on this table when we came in.
What was the potion of cure? Was it light or moderate?
2 potions of cure moderate.
Okay. I'd like to take one of those if you don't mind. And
Assume Scout will want most of us back. Probably best to have me and Gazim guard while you two get someone else to ferry this shit to him.
true enough, though. Do you think this? Yeah. What we're going to do about the guard outside?
I'm just going to expedite that part a little bit so we don't wind up going long later on. When you do go outside eventually, that guy sees you all coming out, sees none of his crew coming out with you, and just books it.
Okay.
You don't really have to worry about guards here. The one key that this place has, you have now because it was on the body of the main guy. So you can easily lock up this place when you leave, so you don't have to worry about someone to claim his stuff.
Okay.
And yeah, narratively, most of the stuff belongs to him. The 1,700 gold pieces that you divide is basically what you find out is not from him, so you guys can claim that, and that's your reward for parts 1 and 2 of this society play.
Okay.
So that's just how they did it for that one.
I'm confused. I thought the lantern we had to point at the mast of the ship to take us back to the tapestry, and that would close all portals.
Are you asking in character, or are you asking me like you're not quite sure?
I was asking in character, but also I'd misunderstood that.
Yeah.
The tapestry is a portal to the ship. It's a way to get back to the ship if you're off the ship with the lantern. But in order to close all other portals, you have to put the lantern on the front of the ship.
Okay.
In order to open a portal that goes to the main city that the ship is attuned to.
Okay.
So whatever this funeral pyre ship that the guy had looted a while back, you imagine this is the lantern that was connected to that ship, and this is going to take you to said ship.
Well.
And for Gazim, this is the only hope of not dying a frigid death later on.
Do I need to take the lantern myself, or will you all go with me?
I'll go.
It's our goal to end this curse upon, I guess now you and him.
We're all in this together.
Might be good to pick up warm clothes along the way.
Fear I will never be warm again.
So if you wish to buy some cold weather gear, for those of you who don't already own some, you can.
How much does that cost?
Kenneth just bought some, so you can probably tell you.
Gold.
I think 8.
Okay.
Will you please get me some furs while I burn down this warehouse to stay warm?
But yeah, you make your way back to the manor after a bit, and you're able to see the tapestry. And as you get closer to it with the lantern, you're able to tell that it's you're able to unshutter the lantern, and when it's lit, the tapestry shimmers and creates a portal to the ship itself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as we did at the warehouse, I shall jump in.
Yeah, as you step or jump through the portal, you find yourself in a strange, almost like ice cave. Sunlight filters through the walls and ceilings, and 3 braziers give some warmth to this otherwise chilly space. Directly ahead of you, a tunnel leads through the ice, sloping steeply downward. Behind you, a shimmering portal hangs on what appears to be the main mast embedded in the ice. Following the mast downward, you can barely make out the blurry outline of a ship deck below. This seems to be
Are
the
there
ice
any other
above.
tiny portals?
What was that?
Are there any tiny portals next to the big one we came through? I'm gonna see if we can look out at Kazim. Leg's chests.
Quick,
You do
Kazim,
see a
jump into
couple
your
little-
portal.
You do see a couple little polyps of like light or like darkness that seems to be out of place, but they're not big enough to really see through anything. It's just enough to open up to the frigid cold. If it was big enough to anything bigger than that, they would have had a problem a lot faster. I'll just a lot of the rest of anything fight wise that's going to happen now is going to be theater of the mind in terms of movement and stuff.
Okay.
But I will take you to the map they basically made of this place. You are currently on S1.
Okay, so it spirals down to there.
All right, let's work our way through and try to get to the mast there.
Since Alex has cleats, he does not have to worry. But the rest of you, I need a acrobatics check to not slide down the spiral walkway.
Cold.
Tekvani and Faldrick are fine. Gazim's fine too. Yeah, you're able to. With those rolls, I say you don't even just like not slip. You just notice you're slipping, and you kind of just position your feet and slide down in style.
There you go.
Yeah, the tunnel itself slopes slippery, but after a long curve, it opens up into another cave at the rear deck of the ship. You see more braziers keeping the worst of the cold at bay, but a wall of solid ice blocks access to the foredeck. You see a large drum stands on the deck, and behind it is a trapdoor leading into the hold.
Peek through that door and see if we can see anything in the deck below.
Roll me a perception. You don't see anything while you're down there, but you do, as soon as you look down, get the wafting smell of death and decay. It's a little muted because the cold has kind of muted any kind of smell of decay, but you can definitely clearly smell it. Like if roadkill was on the side of the road and then you had a big freeze and you still smell it, but it's also frosty.
Yeah.
Anyone who's lived in any kind of like country area knows that smell.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise you don't see anything down there. It's a little dark at the moment. And currently on the floor you're all here, it's just open deck of what looks like a frosted over ship that's been encased in ice. And the large drum that stands on the deck, and then there's the trapdoor behind it.
Tekvai will stand aside and gesture somebody else down.
Yep, Kazim will jump in.
As you jump in, you all enter this lower deck. The smell of death and rot fills the lower deck, even with the cold. It is darker down here without the sunlight filtering through the ice, and no braziers are currently being burnt. As you enter down, you see shadowy movements are visible in the darkness, accompanied by eerie creaking noises as though someone were still working the oars. As your eyes become accustomed to the dark here, it is low light, so it's not completely dark. You see shadowy figures move towards you as they step out between the aisles of the rowing benches, what appear to be four men in various garb, as well as a withered human wearing an Ulfin burial mask. And I will bring your tokens in here so you can roll for initiative real quick. But again, theater of the mind in terms of space. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I think we're just. Oh, nope, there. Going into descending order. Faldrick, you're up first as you see 4 shambling zombies that are in various Ulfin attires, except for one of them looks relatively new. Looks like it was a newer zombie that it still has like the flesh of a fresher
It's
individual.
the dude who fell through the tapestry.
All right, how are we doing this? We got 4 zombies to take down.
5 technically if you count the main guy. 4 plus him.
Is your dex higher than mine? I got a 16 dex.
I have a 16 also.
Okay, so I'm good either way. Tech Violin will say, I'll see if I could incapacitate the one with the mask with some adhesive.
Yes, that blasted bomb. Michael knows all about that bomb.
Then I guess I will coordinate with Alex on one to attack. And how far away are they?
Not very far. You can get to him within a move easily. I assume you're positioning yourself in a way that you're not going to be surrounded or in the middle of anyone. So
Yeah, and I'm leaving room open for Alex to get him for flanking or something.
yeah, no worries. So you're able to get up to one of the zombies, no problem, if you want to make an attack.
All right.
12 will hit their AC.
It would actually be only 2 because I still have the bonus from flanking.
So unfortunately, it does miss. Just barely though. You miss a little bit, and it takes a little bit of the flesh off of their shoulder, and they just look at him like, oh, and turn back to you.
Okay.
Tech Bonnie.
I'll go ahead and use my adhesive spittle extract to target the guy with the mask.
And it's a reflex save, or is it an attack roll? Except you do not have to make a successful attack roll to hit your target. The DCs counteract this adhesive.
Yeah, so DC 15 reflex save, I believe.
Reflex save, okay. No. He is adhered to the floor. And go ahead and roll me a 2d4 to see how many rounds it lasts. I'm not sure if it'll matter, but you never know. If only you get a double 1.
I'm not far off from it, but
still 3 rounds.
Yeah. That'll give us enough time to clear off the rest of the rabble.
Yep.
In their ranks, at least. So I'll run up and attack the one that Faldrick attacked.
Yeah, go for it.
23 for 7 slashing.
23 for 7 slashing. That will hit him. It is still up, however. Going to the zombie's turn. 2 of them were within range of Alex and Faldrick. The other 2 have to use their shambling movement to get up to the rest of you. So there's going to be 1 slam on Alex, 1 on Faldrick. Faldrick will miss. Alex will miss. And then it is Gazim's turn. Can unfortunately no longer rage.
So cold.
But you are very cold, and it doesn't help that you're literally encased in ice.
Too cold.
Your outside matches your inside now.
My fire is gone.
This one is going to just attack the Tanglefoot bag scraping to try to scrape it off of himself because you have to do 15 points of damage to it. Looks like because it functions as a Tanglefoot bag.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to just 2 claws and a bite. He can't bite himself with this because it's slashing you have to do. So 2 claws. I imagine the DC is not going to be hard, but it still doesn't break through the Tanglefoot. So he's still glued.
Yeah, it's one of those that automatically hits, but
Yeah.
to do damage.
But still, 11 points of damage. He is still glued, however. Faldrick, you're within range of 2 different zombies. One that Alex has hit and one that's fresh.
All right, taking a swing at the one that he hit.
Go for it.
This will be 2 against the zombie.
That'll hit and kill that one zombie. You're now 3 zombies and a ghoul.
All right.
Take Bonnie.
He will drink his shield extract, and then as part of his move action, draw his spear and basically just not ready to attack, but get ready for attack of opportunity with my reach weapon.
Go for it. Alex, you're up.
Yes, will turn on the next one nearby and miss horribly.
Yeah, a little bit of confined space down here in the hold, so it makes it a little hard to swing your sword the way you want it. Okay, human zombies time. One on Alex, one's on Gazim, and the other one, I'll say, Protect Bonnie, you provoke, or it provokes on you as it closes the distance. So you're able to cleave the one in half that approaches you. There's going to be one attack on Alex, one on Gazim. So that'll be on Alex. And that'll be on Gazim, which will hit him for 10. Got a lucky hit in there. And Gazim, you're cold and bloody. It's not what you wish, but it's what you are.
It's almost poetic.
Goes a little bit wide.
Fight.
Yeah, you're just a little tired.
Lay down and sleep forever.
I imagine he's going to break out of it this round.
He is broken out of it, and he will close the distance on. Let's see. D4. He's going to close the distance on Alex. Faldrick. There is currently 2 zombies up, I believe. And then there is the main guy. And you're muted if you're talking.
Yeah, I want to attack the guy on Alex.
Gotcha. Go for it. 22 will definitely hit.
For 5.
And this has holy water in it, you said, right?
Yeah, that's already added.
Okay.
Because you said there were zombies, so.
Yep. Okay. He's injured but still up. And Tech Money.
Throw a precise bomb at him. He's been cold for so long. Let's see how he does with some heat. Ooh.
That'll miss the reach. Go ahead and roll me a 1d8 because it does make it go wide with a. So I might still hit him with splash. I believe that will. Yeah, he's just selected. That'll hit him for the splash damage. He's still
Okay.
up, but he took some damage.
5 fire damage.
Yep. Doesn't seem weak to fire, but it doesn't exactly feel good to him either.
Does Gasm basically jump for the flames? Hit me, hit me, hit me!
No, not him. Hit me.
He can't even talk that fast anymore. He looks longingly at them.
And Alex, you have a zombie and a ghoul on you.
Yep. Gonna take the fight defensively option and swing on the big guy now, I guess.
Yep, go for it. Nope, doesn't quite hit him. Zombies are going to both attack Alex and Gazim again. So Alex and Gazim will both miss, and it is Gazim's turn.
All right. How many zombies are left?
There's one on you, one on Alex, and then one ghoul on Alex.
All right. He will also fight defensively, which boosts AC by 2, lowers attack by 4. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So -4 to this attack.
Nope.
He
Goes
kills,
wide.
he kills himself.
Nope. No critical fumbles. Haldir's going to full attack on Alex. Chance of hitting is very low, but always a chance. But none of
Yeah,
those
and those
chances happen.
additives right there are why I decided to fight defensively against mine.
Yeah. But that's all it can do. It just flails against your armor. Faldrick,
All right, targeting the big guy.
do it. Goes
Well-
wide. Tekvani.
So what's the layout at this point as far as would I be able to get multiple
So I'll
undead
just
in the
kind of,
bomb?
yeah, I'll bring it down like this area here. Like you and Gazim are like down here.
Mhm.
Alex and Faldrick are like up to up this area. There's a ghoul and a zombie like right here,
Okay.
and then there's a zombie right here in front of Gazim.
Okay. So I'll target the
Kill the
ghoul
ghoul.
with another bomb and try to splash the zombie adjacent.
Go for it. That'll definitely hit. Kills the ghoul, and the zombie is hurt. So there's 2 zombies left.
All right. And that's it.
Gotcha. Alex cleared some space. Now there's just a couple bitey boys.
Yeah. I'll drop the defensive fighting and go after the bitey boy. 13 for 4.
That'll still hit and finish them off. Zombies. AC of 12. One last zombie is going to try to bite at Gazim for one last thank you, ma'am. Ooh, Gazim is unconscious.
Dies.
He's not dead, but he's unconscious and bleeding. Roll me a Constitution to see if you stabilize.
Oh wait, no, he
You're not
or
raging.
ferocity.
Oh yeah, or ferocity. I forgot about that.
What does that do?
I
Doesn't
think
that,
you
like,
just stay up.
I think
You're
you
not
stay up at 0,
unconscious.
basically.
Not 0. You stay at -2 because it's not 5th edition rules.
Oh yeah.
But any sort of strenuous activity still reduces your hit points. But you are still up and able to fight if you so desire.
Once per day, when a half-orc falls below 0 hit points but not killed, he can fight on for 1 more round as if disabled. At the end of the next turn, unless he's brought above 0 hit points, he immediately falls unconscious and dying. So you
can
basically
either take a move.
You can take a single move or standard each round. But you can still take swift, immediate, and free action. So you basically get 1 free attack before you fall down. If someone heals you, you don't fall unconscious.
Could he
Get over
drink-
to me, you big oaf.
Could he drink a potion?
You can.
Or that.
Would y'all? I wrote it down, but would y'all have let him take the potion of cure moderate wounds?
Yeah,
One of the
Tech pretty much would have insisted since you're the one that basically are always up in the thick of things.
So the 2d8 plus, I think, 3.
He gets
Hey,
back
back
what
up.
they took from him,
Yeah.
and he'll take what is it? Total defense.
You already
Yeah,
did a
yeah,
drink.
yeah.
You had to take a standard action to drink since you had to pull it out
Yep.
and stuff.
That's fair.
Baldric.
All right. Hitting the big guy again.
And the big guy's gone, but you should go for
Oh,
the
okay.
zombie. You go for the zombie that's left, but you're able. Unfortunately, you miss.
So there. Oh, if the big guy was gone, I might want to do something else.
Okay.
So if there's only 1 zombie left in total.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to try and acrobatics out.
You don't have to worry about that. He's actually, if you're looking at that, he would be right here in front of Gazim.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
You can. Yeah. I was gonna say if you want, you could actually even move to flanking, and that would hit if you want to do that.
No, instead, I'm going to come over here and hit Kazim with
Melee wounds.
9 hit points.
Good on you.
And that's my turn.
Yeah, Faldrick's already gone through an encounter that killed one of his party members.
Tekvani will see if he could go a route to flank the zombie. I believe that would be possible.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then attack with a spear.
+2 to hit because it's flanking. That hits. The zombie's hurt, but still up. With the reach weapon and everything, Alex can get into flanking position too, as if you wish to do the +2 for that. That one zombie's holding on. Still holding on. He's gonna bite at Kazim again.
He's going for the kill. Oh God!
He bites Kazim again. Through sheer chance and luck, he's able to land a blow for 10 points of damage. Kazim, are you going to take that lying down? The zombie's insulting you.
I am
And assaulting you.
I'm not lying down. I'm just so cold.
You're like, I'm just so cold. You just backwards hand your great sword and just lifts it up and you stab it straight down into his skull and just splits it like a really disgusting ice cube.
Time for sleepy.
Tekvani will go ahead and use his last bomb to use a healing bomb to help Kazim.
Heal!
Oh, wrong one! Sorry!
6 points of healing damage.
Fire. Thank you, my friends. I don't know that Kazim would have made it through that.
Yeah, I mean, you took the hits so we didn't have to, so it's only fair we keep you standing.
Looking over, I'll save you the spellcraft. This mask is clearly of magical origin. It's inlaid with gold and silver and imbued with some kind of magic, faint evocation. You know that the society would be interested in such an item. So it would probably lend you some effort. As a side note, stuff you find like this in society play, you don't get to keep, unfortunately.
Well,
Yes,
still
I
take it.
suppose we should give it to the museum /
It belongs in a museum. And yeah, there is a ladder going up the opposite side of the deck. If you wish to proceed, it does look like it goes back up into the light.
What's the worst that could happen? More zombies?
Yeah, we gotta find the figurehead of this ship, I guess. Sounded like
Yeah,
that's where we have to put the lantern.
you climb up the ladder of the deck. A soft glow of sunlight again penetrates the ice cave. You see several braziers burning near the walls. And you see a beautiful woman standing next to a simple chair facing you all. Other furniture in this chamber suggests that this is somehow her private quarters. The woman looks over you all as though she was judging a draft animal and kind of looks you over and asks, "Have you come to work the oars? I am in need of more rowers."
Afraid not. Actually here to break a curse upon someone. Gesture to the lantern. And
I imagine it has something to do with Skelg the Ripper.
Yes, in fact, he's the person the curse is laid upon.
I can lift this curse as long as you meet my demands.
What are they?
I have 3 simple goals. I wish to reclaim the beacon of the north as she motions to the lantern. I want to return to Irison, and I wish for a companion for my journeys.
I've got no objection to the first. No control over the second after we part ways. And the third, Who would you suggest?
What you mean
If you
by
might,
companion?
if you might convince Skelg, he is, as is the complex laws of the North, he is my savior, my captor, and my lord. I would not mind if he would wish to join me on my adventure. I do not wish to return, only to be burnt again in service of my original husband.
Well, we can certainly arrange a meeting between you two.
He might be better persuaded if he wasn't freezing cold.
That too.
And we could even say he's the one that saved you. Or no, you're the one that saved him.
She's like, listen, she's like, very well. Go and tell them that if he wishes to join me on my adventure, that I shall break the curse on him.
Well, hey. Me too.
And what about our friend Gazim here? He has also fallen under the curse.
Yes. If he wishes to join me, the curse will be lifted upon all of you, any who are afflicted.
Okay, so
I am
Gazim-
nothing if not magnanimous and kind to my lessers.
And who should we say is sending us? I don't believe I caught that.
You may call me. Sorry, Natalia. Natalia. I'm not going to try to pronounce the name. Yagevna. He should recognize the name. He kindly gifted me the ship as after he was done raiding it.
Is she a tiefling?
No, she is a human.
Okay.
Very well. Guess I'm gonna make my way back to the portal, since that, if I remember right, leads to the treasure room / Skeld's treasury.
You're easy enough to go back and go up to Skeld's quarters. He's like, have you figured it out?
A woman named Natalia says that she can break the curse upon you if you would agree to be her companion in returning to, was it Harrison?
Yep. He's like, fine, whatever she wants. Get rid of this damnable cold.
Gazim shuffles over toward our friend in his bed covers and gets down and scoot over. Our warmth will keep each other warm. Give me some of your blankets.
Both of you are too weak to fight as you wind up cuddling by the fire.
I'll leave you to bonding and back down to the portal and inform her of his ascent.
Considering you both are radiating cold, I don't think cuddling together is the best idea, but...
May not want to let her know that she's her companion is currently cuddling one of the guys that freed her.
Hey, at least they're not brothers.
Yeah, no, I mean, right back to Alabama Salon.
That's the title of the video. Alabama Salon. But yeah, to make a long story short, you go and inform her. She seems to acknowledge the deal. She, over the course of the next day and a half, uses Flaming Sphere to carve a hole in the ice, eventually until leading to the front of the ship to hang the beacon upon. Upon hanging it there and opening a gateway to Irison, you are able to, Skelg and Gazim are able to feel the cold leaving them for the first time in a while. Immediately, you both push each other off and pretend nothing had ever happened.
We know.
You know. You're able to complete the mission. The Pathfinder Society is a little bummed that you were not able to retrieve the Beacon of the North for preservation, but the attaining of the helmet that the burial mask that the one guy was wearing accomplishes the mission, and you're all awarded total of 500 gold for altogether for the mission.
Okay.
So add that on top of whatever else that you have on your gold.
125 apiece.
5. Oh, okay.
Oh no, 500 total for each of you.
Oh,
not,
okay.
Not the
Okay.
split.
Okay.
Sorry, I misread. Missaid.
500 each of you.
Yes. And yeah. And the outcome is acceptable. And Doran, you accomplished your job to get him to leave Taldor, and first convincing him, and then also having him go with Natalia. Kadira, you're able to, after he leaves, to easily get any of the maps that you left behind after the initial pocketing, so no troubles there. It ups your prestige, so you each should have, since you're both new characters, I believe, Kazim and Tekvani, so you both have now 2 prestige, because once you get 10, your shops increase and what you can buy.
I forgot we had hero points.
You all have 1 hero point.
They don't regenerate though, right? Once they're gone there.
You have 1 and it regenerates, but you never have more than 1, so you never are going to get more than 1 hero point for.
Okay, so 1 per adventure.
Yeah.
Okay, I would have used that on
Yep.
one of my
And then
rolls.
I believe Alex is at 4 experience points. Thaldric, you're at 2, so 1 more adventure, and Thaldric will be level 3. I guess Alex would technically just go back to 1 because it's every 3 experience you go up a level in society.
Experience or prestige?
Prestige is separate.
Okay.
And did I get prestige for achieving that goal?
Yes. So you have 2 prestige. And then Alex, I believe, has
Oh,
more
I have
than that.
3 prestige.
Yeah, you currently have 3 prestige because you accomplished stuff last time, so you should have a total of 5 now.
Huh? I thought I thought I had.
You got 2 for this one.
Okay, 5.
And the last mission, the last society play we did, you had earned 3 from that one, so you should have a total of 5.
All right, got 5 then.
And Kazim and Tekvani, it's easy. You just have 2 because this is the first adventure your characters have been on.
Cool.
And then 1 experience for both of you. One thing we forget to do sometimes is at the end of the scenario, you roll on the you roll your profession for your off job, whatever you do for your jobs. You don't have to really have it written down right now, but if you want to just roll profession real quick, I can tell you what you get from that in terms of gold.
Is it specifically profession or could craft alchemy?
I'll allow craft as well. Okay. So anyone who got under a 20 but a higher than a 15, so I think that's 2 of you. You both get 10 gold. Gazim, you get 5 gold. And Tekvani gets 20 gold to add to your totals.
All right.
Cool.
Just small amounts to get added on top of everything else.
Yeah.
So does that mean I'm level 4 now, or
no? You're level 3, and you technically have 1 experience now, starting over, because every 3 experience you get a level. So you just leveled up last time, so now you're at level 3, experience 1. Is the best way I can explain it. So or if you want to just track total, 6 experience means you would be level 4.
okay?
So you'd be at 4 experience now.
And once he's at level 4, he's gonna have to retire Alex until other people at level 4, because then he'll be outpacing the level 2 to 3 adventures that we're doing currently, and we'll have to wait until we have a party of 4 for the next ones.
Gotcha.
Because there's different tiers for society play.
Yeah, you'd mentioned that, I think.
That's why Alex is
was
technically a little
fun.
stronger than everyone else, because these tiers are technically levels 1 and 2, but then there's a soft zone of level 3 that you can be, where you can technically do the tier 4 adventures early, or you can still be in the tier 1 to 2 adventures. But yeah, ended a little bit shorter than our normal end time for the one shot, but society plays kind of like that, and depending on what you do.
But that's nice to be able to be pretty damn sure you're going to be able to finish it in one night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, this one was a little more direct than the last couple.
Yeah. Some of them are more direct than others.
I'll
And
be
you
here
probably
for-
shaved 30 or 45 minutes off by going to Theater of the Mind for those combats.
Yeah.
I'll
the map
be-
they gave me was just not good for like moving tokens around. So
I'll be here for our normal time and beyond as usual.
Yeah.
If we want to play
yeah,
cards.
I
or
don't. I
something,
don't have
but-
to leave right now or anything. I just